Hello guys, Arcanine here. Welcome to another toe dip. This is Flaming Flagon. This VN was developed by KulPlant. It's set in a fantasy world populated by Anthromon characters. You know, Pokemon like Arcanine, Incineroar, and the story is you are working in a tavern called the Flaming Flagon, and you will meet various adventurers and co-workers there, and you will learn their stories, and you will set a path for yourself. This is an initial work. It's not complete yet, and I know that the developer is working more on Deers and Deckards, but I also wanted to check this out. So let's dip our toes in the story. This is a pilot episode for Flaming Flagon. Characters and story details might see changes in the future. Every part of your body throbbed with pain. The sound of thunder rolls across the gray skies. You can feel something wet drip down your nose. As it runs across your bruised lips, you picked out the metallic taste of your blood mixed with rain. Oh shit, I think we killed him. It's his fault. He should have just dropped his bag and ran like the others. They'll hang us for this. Who's going to tell them? A corpse? Let's get out of here. First smart thing you've said all day. You hear the footsteps fade away into the patter of the storm. The rain grows heavier, each drop beating against your matted fur. The warmth begins to drain from your limbs, washed away by a creeping chill. Numbness is setting in. The cold wind soaks away your aches. You prepare yourself to welcome the embrace of unconsciousness, yet your lungs demand one last complaint. Who's there? Something shuffles nearby. Your swollen eyes make it difficult to see. A kid? A hand shakes you gently. You see something red above you. He's barely breathing. Your eyes swell shut all the way. Hold on, you're going to be okay. The remnants of the stranger's warmth envelops you. It feels like he's hugging you as he wraps his cloak around your naked form. The world jostles as your limp body rises off the cold, hard ground. You barely weigh anything, even soaking wet. Unconsciousness takes you quietly into the darkness, and the world around you fades away. Your eyes open and you immediately shut them as you feel an overwhelming pain in your skull. With blurry vision, you rub your eyes and try to focus away from the splitting headache. You find yourself clothed and in an unfamiliar bed. Actually, nothing seems familiar at all. As you look around, you spot a large red tiger standing at the doorway of this room. Easy there, cub. Where am I? You're at the one and only Flaming Flagon, the finest tavern in the town of Felda. I am Gunther, the owner. I found you at death's door at the outskirts of town. Do you remember anything? I think my name is, go with default. Fen. My name is Fen, I think. I don't really remember anything else, except I was on the ground. Everything hurts. There were two voices. They sounded scared. They thought they had killed me. Sounds like a robbery that went a little too far. What you doing out there? The wilderness is no place for a cub like you. I'm sorry. I don't know. Alright, no need to get upset. How did I get here? I carried you all the way back. You were naked, so I've put you in some of my old clothes. Thank you. You've been sleeping for 2 days since I brought you back. Can you stand? You push yourself up from the bed and try your legs. As soon as you set yourself upon them, your limbs betray you and you stumble forward.
Whoa there! I got you.
The tiger's strong arms guide you back onto the bed. Everything still hurts. Apparently your full strength has yet to return.
Do you know where you live? Or if you have any family?
The puzzled look on your face tells Gunther his answer. Tears begin to well up on your eyes. The more you try to remember, the more confused and frustrated you become.
I can't just abandon someone with amnesia out on the streets. Listen, I'll let you stay here, but you're gonna have to earn your keep. I run a tavern, not a charity.
The promise of somewhere to be and Gunther's generosity causes your tears to fade. Thank you, Gunther.
Doesn't look like you can walk yet. Rest here for a bit. Let me know if you remember anything.
Okay, I will.
I'll check on you later.
Gunther. Thanks again for saving my life.
Oh, be careful. You might not feel the same after I put you to work.
Without another word, Gunther slinks outside and closes the door behind him. Your body still aches, but at least you can feel your arms and legs. Trying to remember makes your head hurt pretty bad. Laying back down with your eyes closed, you drift off to sleep. Sometime later, you look at the window and see it's now dark outside. Your head still pounded with dull ache, filled with hazy and disjointed memories. No idea of who you were, where you came from. Nothing. You close your eyes and try to clear your mind. The sounds of glasses clinking paired with rambunctious and robust voices cheering kept you from falling back asleep. Over your thin blanket is an old-worn cloak. It smells like Gunther. Holding it close, the article of clothing provided you a sense of comfort in the sea of commotion. You soon doze off again, imagining as if you were somewhere else.
Yeah, he's still sleeping.
You hear Gunther close the door and footsteps fade into the loud crowd below. Next day, the morning sun beams through the window and strikes your face. You are able to stand today, though your body still aches. Overall, you feel a lot better this morning. As you turn from making the bed, you find the naked Gunther staring at you.
Good morning.
Ack!
What's wrong?
You're naked.
Yes, I'm on my way to wash up. What's wrong with that?
As you ponder the question, it dawns upon you that there's nothing out of place here. Sorry, I don't know why I reacted that way.
Maybe something related to your memory loss? Anyways, I'm going to get dressed and make us some breakfast.
As if your stomach has its own ears, it growls at the last word.
Ha! I bet you're starving. The kitchen is right down the stairs. I'm glad you're back up on your feet. Get the fire started. I'll be down in just a few minutes.
Okay. You watch the burly feline walk away to his room before you head down the stairs. Right down the steps, you find a sizable kitchen. A great long table sits in the middle. Ingredients and utensils line the walls. The fireplace on the other side of the table offers a view into the main tavern. You find a stack of firewood next to the hearth. Throwing a few logs in, you stuff some tinder at the bottom. Cupping your hands and leaning in close, you howl softly and feel the heat burst past your muzzle. Oh! A small flame streams out of your muzzle, and the wood catches fire.
Ah, I see you have an affinity.
Ack!
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
What's an affinity?
Really? I'm surprised you're able to talk and not know about affinities. Many of us have an affinity, like you. I have an affinity for fire.
The feline snaps his fingers and a tiny jet of flame bursts out with a wisp of smoke.
How did you know how to make fire like that?
I don't know, it just felt natural. Also, you didn't seem to have any matches or flint to get a fire started with.
Oh, yeah. I suppose I always started a fire with my affinity as well.
The tiny fire had grown into a smoldering roar. Gunther starts to cook breakfast, and soon the kitchen is filled with delicious smells.
Alright, cub. Eat up.
I may not remember much, but I am an adult.
Good. I'd hate to think I would put a child through so much manual labor.
Manual labor?
Yes, friend. If you want to stay here, you'll have to earn your keep. So get some fuel into your belly. Today we will receive a shipment of ale and wine that will need to be unloaded. After that, you'll help me prepare to open the bar.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Great, let's eat. Food's getting cold.
You wolfed down the plate of breakfast. You didn't realize how hungry you had been. Gunther chuckles as he quickly finishes his own meal. That was delicious.
You're just saying that because you haven't eaten anything in a couple of days.
Well, it's still tasty to me.
The patrons don't really come to the Flaming Flagon for my food, but it keeps them satisfied. Here, have the rest of my toast.
The barkeep tosses another square of crispy bread onto your plate and you eat it in just 2 bites. So, what will you have me do today?
You'll be giving me a hand with pretty much what I normally do all by myself.
You run this bar by yourself?
Pretty much, since I first opened it some years ago. I had a couple of previous employees, but they ran off for the adventure life despite my warnings.
Is adventuring really that great?
It depends. Some people who have made a name for themselves usually acquire some decent treasure to exchange for fortunes. But the truth is, a lot of them don't survive their first years.
That many of them die?
Yes and no. Some find quickly that they're not cut out for it. Some are killed, but some others suffer fates worse than death.
Worse than dying?
Yes, some end up horrifically cursed or disfigured. For all we know, maybe you were a fledgling adventurer who got knocked upside the head.
Maybe. Who knows? Though that is a very plausible explanation, you don't feel that's what happened to you.
It's just dangerous, but high risk comes with decent rewards.
I understand. Safety is the issue.
Very much so. All you have to worry about is the occasional food and drink critic or fixing busted up furniture.
Well, for a bartender, you still saved my life. Looks like anyone can be a hero.
I guess so. Oh, we should get going. Terrence should be here any moment with our delivery.
Terrence?
Yes, he delivers goods around town. He's a really nice guy. I think you'll like him.
After cleaning your plates off, you follow Gunther out the back door. The back of the tavern connected with 2 alleys and a short path to the main road. You hear the sound of heavy hoof falls clopping closer. A large figure stops towards you from the road, hauling an enormous wagon behind it.
Terrence, just in time. Hey, Gunther. Large order today, huh?
Oh, wow. What he's wearing is barely, hiding it. I think I have to censor that.
Yep, I've been busy renegotiating with all the suppliers. I hear business is doing good. Sure is. You need to stop by and have a drink sometime. I haven't seen you in a while. I've been pretty busy myself. Oh, who's this?
The massive horseman stares at you.
Let me introduce you to my new employee, friend.
He pushes you out in front of him. You stumble forward and almost crash into Terrence. You slow yourself enough to stop a finger breadth away from his massive chest. Being so close to the horse, you can feel the heat radiating from his sweat-soaked fur. Terrence's musky scent floods your nose as you take a close whiff. He smells of dirt, sweat, and hay, and the faintest bit of leather.
Forgive him. This is his first day.
Nice to meet you.
You too. Why is your face all red?
Sorry, I'm just a little shy.
Oh, cute little fella. Don't feel nervous. I'm only so big from hauling this heavy cart all day. Yep, Terrence is a gentle giant. Don't let his massive muscles scare you.
That's not the massive thing that scares me. You think as you stare at the prominent bulge from beneath the horse's loincloth.
Give me a hand with the barrels. We can't hold Terrence up on his other deliveries.
Right away. You both begin unloading half a dozen barrels of ale and spirits, as well as a few crates of vegetables. It took a few minutes to move your items off the horse's cart.
Okay, looks like that's everything. Would you like a tip today? As much as I'd like that, I got to get to the other side of town soon. Perhaps next time, maybe Fed could help. Sure, something tells me that he'd like that very much. It was good to meet you, Fed. I'll see you all the next time.
The horse picked up his heavy cart and headed to his next stop.
Fancy that giant?
What?
No need to be coy. I've seen that look before.
I don't know what you mean.
You have much to learn. Let's start with rolling the barrels into the cellar. Set the boxes on the kitchen table.
These barrels are heavy.
Heavy for a fit lad like yourself? You have a decent build. With this work, I'm sure you're only going to get bigger and stronger.
Alright. Gunther helps you tip the barrel onto its side and gently rolls it down the ramp to the storage room.
Okay, here's where all the unopened barrels of drinks are. Here we fill the large flagons and casks to serve at the bar. Wine is on the left, ale on the right.
That's easy enough to remember.
Good, let's finish moving the rest of the barrels in here.
After hauling in the barrels, 2 crates of vegetables sit on the large kitchen table.
Alright, like I said, I'm not a great cook. I usually just cut all this up and throw it into a soup. There should be bread in the cupboard. Anyone that wants a meal will get a bowl of soup and a hunk of bread in it.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Alright, there's a well back behind. We can get water from there for cooking and cleaning. I'll draw some water. You can start cutting up everything. There's a knife on the counter.
Got it. You start on preparing the ingredients while Gunther leaves to draw water. Even though you cannot recall the details of your past, preparing food feels familiar to your hands. Guided by intuition, you start to peel and chop the various vegetables. Your muscles appear to remember how to handle a knife without cutting yourself. Each item has its own unique scent, and your nose is able to pick out each and every one of them before they are even cut. Gunther begins to fill a rather large cauldron with water. Your hands and arms quickly begin to tire as you only finish preparing the first crate of produce.
You keep cutting them up this small, you'll never be finished by the time we open.
How large do you normally cut them?
Like this.
The tavern owner takes a potato and cuts it in half, then slides it over to pile. What? You can't eat that in a single bite?
What's wrong with that?
How are they going to get a little bit of everything when they have to shove a whole potato in their mouth?
I cut it in half.
I'll get this finished before the tavern is open.
Fine, go ahead and finish up the soup. Leave it near the fire. It's supposed to last the rest of the night.
Yes, I can do this.
Don't wear yourself out. You still have to serve the patrons tonight.
Understood. Gunther leaves you to cook while he sets the chairs and cleans the bar top. The looming questions about your forgotten past seem so far away as you focus on your work for Gunther. As you cut into an odd-colored root, a bitter stench wrinkles your nose. Ew, this is rotten. Better toss it. You throw it away and continue cutting the remaining ingredients. By now, the water is just starting to boil, just in time to dump everything into the pot. You give the entire thing a stir, but something feels like it's missing. Sniffing the air, the smell of the soup seems bland. Your nose picks up on something spicy in the cabinet. Opening the cupboards, you find some dried herbs and a few peppers. Grabbing a handful of each, you toss them into the bubbling liquid. Another stir, and you can tell there's more flavor than just a moment ago. Using a metal rod, you adjust the coals beneath the soup so that the liquid simmers. You hear someone calling you from the front.
Friend, have you finished up back there? I need a hand filling some flagons.
Coming.
Good, take this. Use it to tap one of the ale barrels here and fill these flagons.
Alright. Gunther hands you a hollow metal spike with a ring. The tool is pretty straightforward to use. You notice the other barrels have a cork stuffed into a hole on their lids. Stabbing the tool into one of the unopened barrels, you hear a hiss of air blow out. Bitter-smelling ale begins to pour out from the tap and splatter on the ground. Crap. You quickly grab one of the flagons and catch the pouring brew. By the time you finish filling each flagon, the barrel is nearly empty.
Great, you managed not to make a mess.
It looks like I'm a fast learner.
Heh, because I'm the best teacher ever.
Whatever you say, boss.
I guess I am your boss, but you don't have to call me that.
Okay, what's next?
Well, the afternoon crowd should be coming any moment now. Patrons will bark their orders at the bar. You'll help take the orders and serve the tables. I can handle anyone sitting at the bar myself.
Okay, sounds simple enough.
A mug of ale, a bowl of food, a glass of wine all costs a coin. An entire flagon is 5 coins.
That's pretty easy to remember.
Yep, let's have a quick taste of your soup.
The chains that held the cauldron above the fire are mounted to a hinged arm inside the fireplace. This allowed one to easily move the pot from the kitchen onto the side of the fireplace, facing the main tavern. You grab a bowl from a nearby table and scoop a large ladle full of hot soup into it. Your boss takes a bite.
You cooking this?
What's wrong with it?
This is really good. This could be bad news.
Bad? Why?
If the patrons find it tasty, there's not going to be enough to last the night.
Do you normally sell all of your soup?
Well, no, but I hate the thought of someone going hungry.
I could always make more.
You just may have to.
The tiger takes another big bite and returns behind the bar.
Alright, prepare yourself. The crowd is here.
Your ears perk up just before the doors swing open and a flood of people enter the tavern.
Oh, what smells so good?
Gunther, I need my usual flagon.
Who's that cute guy?
Does Gunther have a young boyfriend?
Everyone, quiet down.
Gunther's voice blasted over the crowd and everyone quickly fell silent.
This is Friend. He's the new waiter. Please go easy on him. It's his first day on the job. And if I hear anyone picking on him, you'll have to deal with me. Got it?
Hi everyone.
He's so cute.
Looks like there's a new attraction.
Where's my ale? Coming right up. Alright, Fen, give it your best shot.
The place only grows louder as you feel very nervous. A strong hand grabs you by the shoulder.
You got this.
You smile back at your boss and nod. Here goes nothing. To be continued. Okay, so let's go back to the main menu. Okay, so that was Flaming Flagon. As usual, I liked KulPlant's characters. You know, they're big, bulky, and yummy. And nice to see Pokemon. Anthro Pokemon this time. The story's interesting, and I particularly like Gunther. I like Incineroar, and I also like Arcanine actually. I think they're hot Pokemon. But we have to remember that this VN won't be updated anytime soon, since the developer KulPlant is working on Deers and Deckards and also Dragon Island. But if you guys like this one, I hope you can leave me a like on this video and maybe subscribe if you haven't yet. And I want you guys to take some time to appreciate something in your life today. And I will see you on the next Toad Dip or Let's Read. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!